Welcome back, my awesome Baku crew, to another Bakugan Armored Alliance unboxing. This time I'm going to take a look at another Baku Gear pack. This one features Pyravian Sabra x Crackelious, and then the darkest Howlkor x Serpentes. So a very cool set. On the back here you do see a look at Halcor and Serpenteze, Sabra and Pyravian, and it includes a Chaos Pyrus Dragonoid fused with Treaderous, and then one of my favorites, and personally I'm very happy to finally have it, the Aquos Ventus Hydronoid fused with Crackelious. So very neat. Technically, it is another Hydronoid. Very, very happy about that. One thing I noticed when I got the last Baku Gear pack is it included not only some pretty good Baku Gear cards, but it included some gear reduction Baku Cores as well. So I hope to get a few more in this set, along with some decent Baku Gear cards. But without further ado, I am going to go ahead and get right into it. So starting off with the action cards included, on top I already see there is a Burn Cutter. And this is a card I have quite a bit of, and honestly, so it is really good. So for 3 energy, you have a Baku Gear with an armor rating of 1, so it does soak up an extra damage when flipped from the deck, so it counts as 2. 100 B power, and then 5 damage to the equipped Bakugan, so you're definitely going to get a huge boost in damage. Not so much in B power though, but you're really good, and I usually run this at 2 or 3 of in my Pyrus decks that use gear. Unholy Bow, 2 energy for another Baku Gear with an armor rating of 1. Otherwise, the equipped Bakugan is going to get 100 B power and 1 damage. Not really the best gear, but I do have a few of these otherwise, so I kind of already knew about it. Next up is Bright Flame, 4 energy for 600 B power and double strike. So that is actually really good. I think the closest card to this is the All Pyrus, Pyrus Spark. It's 3 energy for 300 B power and double strike. So this is way better, and it is a dual faction card. So you are going to need Chaos and Pyrus in your deck for this one. But really good. I like that. It's kind of an upgrade to Pyrus Spark. And all you have to do is use Ventus in your deck. And then after that, it is Improvised Armor. So this is actually my third of. So I have a full set of this card now. 3 energy for +2 damage, and then you get to draw 2 cards. So it kind of just flips through your deck, draws into maybe your win conditions, being an Evo card, a Baku Gear card, or even a Geogon nowadays. But yeah, still pretty good. 2 damage isn't a lot for 3. But I've always used this for the draw 2, not really the damage. It also features a little character art of the Crackelious Hydronoid fusion, and that's awesome, because it's right there. So that's neat. Now the Baku Core, so hopefully we get some gear reduction in here, but this set does include fusions, so we'll see what we get more of. Starting off with a Helix, +2 damage. A fused Bakugan landing on this gets +500 B power. Here we go. +2 damage, and then Baku Gear are -2 energy Green Fist, so there's one, that's good. A +2 damage, and then a fusion Bakugan +2 damage Green Fist. Nice, another gear reduction. So +300 B power regular shield, and then -1 energy to Baku Gear. So again, that's very good. That's 2 core. +200 B power regular shield, and then fusion get +200 B power. Fusion gets +500 B power. A -5 damage Flaming Fist, and then a +500 B power Magic Shield. So pretty good, not that bad. I did get a few Baku Gear reducing core, so that is really good. I was hoping to get a few, and I did, so that's nice. Now then, on to the Bakugan. Starting off with the Chaos Dragonoid and Treaderous. So it has a blue shield and a green fist core. B power of 600 with 3 damage, and then only 3 energy to fuse, so very strong fusion here. Once fused, it has a B power of wow, so 1200 and then 5 damage. So definitely a very strong fusion Bakugan. I know what's going in my old Enoch deck for my Maximus Enoch. This is definitely going to be replacing... it might replace Pyrus, Dragonoid, and Treaderous just because of the fusion cost being a bit lower there, actually. Very nice. I like this fusion. Very good. And then here is the figure. So, ball form first. I really like the, just the combination of Pyrus with Chaos. It just looks really neat. You get the green, the orange, the red accents on top of just a full Chaos Bakugan, or at least on the back it looks like. Really nice fusion. I like the Chaos and Pyrus combination there. It is really neat. And here is the Dragonoid and Treaderous folded out. So very cool. Also a really cool thing to note, this bad boy is coming back in Bakugan Legends next year. So far the Pyrus and Darkest variant is the only one leaked, but fusions are coming back, so that's really awesome. Next up, go ahead and review the Sabra and Pyravian Ultra. So it has a regular shield and a regular fist, B power of 700 with 1 damage, and then 5 energy to fuse, so not the best. But once fused, it does have 800 B power and 12 damage, so a damage heavy Bakugan probably designed for damage win decks. Very cool being a fusion between Pyravian and Sabra. Such a weird design, it's unique. Kind of reminds me of the 5-headed dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit. But yeah, really cool. Got the Bakugan Ra going on with the obvious Nilius clone here. I think it's just a female Nilius or something like that. I'm not too big into the show. I did miss it. I didn't watch it, so I could be wrong like 80% of the time. Pretty sure that was what Sabra was, though. Really neat. Here is the figure, of course. I do like how the figure stands out being as the Pyravian has the little gold piece right there. And then the rest of it is like more Pyrus than anything. You have a few gold bits on the wings and on the back here, but for the most part it's like Pyravian, and the rest is Sabra. And then you can see the 5 heads here. 2 kind of independent from the others, and that's weird with the mold. To fold up, put the feet in, I'm imagining. And then the back, maybe the heads come next. And then the wings. Yep, wings. And then the tail. And that is the Sabra and Pyravian fusion. Folded up, very nice. Next, probably my favorite out of, well, it is my favorite out of the set. It is the Hydronoid and Crackelious fusion. It has a Flaming Fist and a Helix Core, B power of 600 with 2 damage. It then only takes 3 energy to fuse, so again, a competitive fusion. Let's see how strong. Only a B power of 906 damage, so not really that strong at all. Unfortunately, power creep couldn't really be that competitive, at least I don't see how it could be. Even with the core lineup, there's not much chance because, let's see, plus 600 minus 3 damage, that's only going to get you to 15 and 3, so it's not too bad, but it's not too great either. Also a little disappointed it's a Ventus Hydronoid. Like, I know Crackelious' main faction is Aquas, but I'm feeling like the Hydronoid should have been Aquas. All good though. Still a really neat fusion. And hey, it's technically another Hydronoid Bakugan. So here is the fusion up close. And then here we go, all opened up. So very cool. Really nice looking, very unique Bakugan. I wish it was Aquas and Darkus though. Does anyone know, did it come out in any other factions? Let me know in the comments down below if it did, because I sure would like to find them. Of course, you have the 5 heads of Hydronoid, and then the bottom should be reminiscent of Crackelious' tentacles. But yeah, really cool fusion. And then the last Bakugan included is one that I do have. I don't know if I reviewed it on the channel or not, but it was one that I picked up the first time around. It is the Halcor and Serpenteze Ultra Fusion. Double regular shield user, B power of 700 with 2 damage, 5 energy to fuse, and then once fused, it has a B power of 1100 and 4 damage. So kind of a medium Bakugan. High cost for fusion, which makes it not that competitive, but once fused it has okay stats that aren't too awful. So yeah, not too bad at all. And then of course here is the figure, which is really nice. I have seen it before. It probably is one of the most detailed Halcor sculpts because you have so much detail in the heads. They take up a huge majority of the figure, rather than the Halcor Ultra from Evolutions and Armored Alliance. The heads are so small compared to the rest of the body, but you just get a lot of detail in this sculpt. I feel like you get all the detail of the legs there, as you can all see. The wings don't take away from it too much. It still very much looks like Halcor. The wings are pretty much there just for the Serpenteze. But to fold up, you're going to flip the heads around, flip the feet in, and then the wings just fold in on themselves, and the tail wraps around just like it does with so many Bakugan. And that is the Halcor and Serpenteze fusion. Now the last thing to review in this set is of course the Baku Gear, which is this little laser gun cannon piece here, and it closes like so. Well, it closes somehow. I don't know how, but it does fold somehow. Actually, don't know how it's supposed to fold, and that's my fault. There we go. So it folds down like that, and then you put it onto the magnet of a Bakugan, and there we go. So I put it on backwards, but there it is on Sabra and Pyravian, because this is Sabra and Pyravian's gear. And then of course you do get the little peg laser pieces that you can peg into the holes. Seems like these peg holes are now for Nanogon in Evolutions, but this is what they were for. So here is the fully equipped Pyrus Sabra X Pyravian. That'll do for this epic set review. Hope it was really cool. I thought it was an interesting set nonetheless, with some pretty interesting Bakugan, not to mention 2 really good gear reduction cores. But until next time, stay safe, drum up, and Bakugan brawl.